Right now to our top story of the day, the Biden administration celebrating Easter with the annual White House Easter egg roll. This as the fallout continues from their decision to promote a Transgender Day of Visibility on Easter Sunday.
A short time ago, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre addressed the issue during a barrage of questions at today's briefing. Let's listen.
As a Christian who celebrates Easter with family, President Biden stands for bringing people together and upholding the dignity and freedoms of every American. Now, sadly, and it's not surprising, right? It is actually unsurprising that politicians are seeking to divide and weaken our country with cruel, hateful, and dishonest rhetoric. It is dishonest what we have heard the past 24 hours. It is untrue what we heard over the weekend.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there, Katrina, that don't agree with her explanation of things right
100%.
now. Our first guest is one of them, outraged, like many Americans, over the Biden administration marking Easter Sunday as, quote, Transgender Day of Visibility. That is Iowa Congresswoman Ashley Hinson writing on X. This is not a coincidence. It's clear this administration has so much contempt for Christians and people of faith. What a slap in the face.
Representative Ashley Hinson joins us now to discuss. Congresswoman, happy to have you on. Happy Easter to you as well. Wanted to get your thoughts just quickly, though, about the International Transgender Day of Visibility. I know people outraged, as you were, understandably. But then again, the International Transgender Day of Visibility started back in 2009. So what is it particularly about how the Biden administration handled this that has you and so many people infuriated?
Yeah. Well, Katrina and Bob, good to be with you. I think it comes down to you can take a look at the calendar and know it's the wrong decision. Easter is the holiest day for Christians. I know I spent the day yesterday with my family at our church celebrating resurrection of our dear Lord and Savior. And it's the biggest celebration day for Christians. And so to be so out of touch and tone deaf about those two things colliding, I think we saw that in the press secretary's response there. They are just completely out of touch with Americans. And I certainly felt that yesterday, and I've heard that from a lot of people here in the district, too.
Congresswoman, do you think this was an accident? They knew, or at least they had to have known, but they went ahead with it anyways. What do you think?
Yeah, well, and it's interesting. I saw a tweet from, I think, the president's response. Somebody tweeted out that he didn't even realize he'd done it. Somebody in the White House did it. Let's be real here. And again, you can look at a calendar. You know that Easter Sunday is the holiest of days. So instead of saying, hey, let's send out a strong Easter message in support of all the millions of Christians in this country and around the world, let's just go ahead and celebrate a National Trans Day. I think that, again, that split screen that we saw coming out of the Biden administration, this is just the latest incident of that. I think sometimes all of us look at these tweets coming out, we're like, is this the Onion or is this the White House? I mean, it's kind of gotten to the point where it's just the latest in a string of hits, right?
Right. Congresswoman, President Biden also banned religious artwork from today's Easter egg roll. Doesn't seem like the actions of someone who traditionally describes himself as a devout Catholic. Many people actually saying, not really, you're kind of more of a cafeteria Catholic. Those are the words that have been being thrown around. Your reaction?
Well, I can tell you this, that I would still encourage my kids to paint the cross if they felt that that was what they wanted to do. I think this is actually a violation of the First Amendment, which we want to welcome all religions in this country, and that's what they claim to be all about. So I think that, again, those two things are not adding up here, and I think again, I'm looking forward to next year's Easter egg roll, where we're going to have President Trump in the White House, and all faiths will be recognized.
Well,